So this video is for Introduction to Visual Basic, the Programming Challenge 7-7 Skateboard Designer. So create a skateboard designer program where you sell your Master Thrasher deck for $60, your Dictator of Grind deck for $45, and your Street King deck for $50. And your trucks, which are your axles, is $35, $40, and $45. And your wheel sets at 51 millimeters for $20, 55 for $22, 58 millimeters for $24, and 61 for $28. Then you have additional miscellaneous accessories. A grip tape for $10. Wow, that's a lot more expensive than it used to be. And your bearings for $30. Your riser pads, that's about the same. Nuts and bolts, and assembly is $10. That's not too bad. So anyway, what I did is I thought, well, let's not make this any harder than it needs to be. So I took our kayak program and I I made a copy of the kayak program that we just did last week. And what I did was I made it into a skateboard design program. So, and I'll show you how I did that in a second, if it ever loads up. So that's the thing. Like, I took the kayak program that we were working on and I made it into a skateboard design program. So let's make sure I'm on the right one. Levi Skateboard Designs. Look at that. So it starts on your main form, right? So this has normally it has kayaks right there. So I changed the image by going down here. And to get a skateboard image, it's not too difficult. You just go back to Google. Let's go to Google. Go to images up here on the right, and then type in skateboards. Decks. So then, yeah, I mean, you can pick whichever one you want here. I chose one that was blank because I didn't want to endorse any of these skateboard manufacturers. So I just chose one that was blank. But yeah, you can right click and open whichever one you want. And then you right click and save image as here. And then you save your image to whatever folder you want. And then back in Visual Basic, you click on here, you go down to your image, you go, okay, local resource, import, and then what it'll say is, oh, where do you want to import it from? So I put the image in the same folder that the entire project's in. So there it is, it's the longboard. And use a JPEG if you can. I mean, you can use a PNG if you want, but a JPEG works better. So that was that. That changes the image here. You got to change this to say whatever you want. So originally it said kayak rentals, and so I changed it to skateboard designs. And so since I knew that we're going to build a skateboard instead of rent a kayak, and that's the only other form that I changed, was I changed the menu up here to say build skateboard, even though it goes to the same form, which that goes to the rental form. I changed the top up here to say skateboard designs. Then our combo box got changed. Notice how the group box now says skateboard type. Got a second group box down here that says trucks. Third group box that says wheels. And we took our list box, that our accessories list box, and we changed it into grip tape, bearings, riser pads, nuts and bolts, and assembly costs. Then what we have down here, we have our calculate. So we're using the same buttons here. It saves just the same, clears it, prints it, and there's that exit button. So what we did, we need to make radio button, the 7.7, or I think I called this 7.5 because I didn't add a, yeah, I 7.5 mm, 8 mm, 8.5 mm, and down here this is 51 mm, 55 mm, 58 mm, 61 mm. So if you go to the form load event, these are variables we already had up here. This is where it loads the information for the kayak types, remember? But we're changing the kayak values to use the skateboard types. So that uses from the global variables. So we go up to our globals. Here we are. We got our kayak. So it's called the Thrasher Master, the Dictator of Grind, and the Street King. So we change our kayak types to our skateboard types first. That's done in our global variables. Then we change our rates because all the rates are the same now, so it doesn't matter. 60, 45, and 50. That's how much these cost. 60, 45, and 50. 60, 45, and 50. So then if we go back now to our skateboard design form, now we got our truck types. So if we go in here, this is when we do it. So I had to change our method that we did for our calculate basic rental. So I took the radio button for the 7.75 millimeter trucks is checked, and for the 51 millimeter wheels is checked. Then the basic rental equals the half-day rental rate. It wouldn't matter if it was half-day or full day because we're using the same numbers for both values. So the selected index on that. So the basic rental is now the basic rental plus the cost of the 7.75 millimeter trucks and the cost of the 51 millimeter wheels. So we did that for every single one. The 8 millimeters checked, the 8 millimeter trucks, and the 51 millimeter wheels are checked. Then it's a full day is the same thing. So that puts the number in there first. So we got the number plus the 8 millimeter plus the 51 millimeter. We do that for the 8.5 millimeter trucks and the 51 millimeter wheels. Then we move over to the 7.5, 7. Oh no, this is still the 7.75. So I did all three types of trucks first and one type of wheels. Now I'm doing the second for all three types of trucks, then the second type of wheels here. It's the 8 millimeter trucks and the second 55 millimeter wheels. The rate here is the cost, and that's the 8.5 trucks and the 55 millimeter wheels here. And that puts the amount down in there. So this is the 7.5 millimeter trucks and the 58 millimeter wheels here. 8 millimeter trucks and the 58 millimeter wheels now. 8.5 millimeter trucks and the 58 millimeter wheels. Now we're going to do the 61 millimeter wheels with the 7.75 trucks and the 61 millimeter wheels. The 8 millimeter trucks and the 61 millimeter wheels. And that's all of them. So I did on the top in the class variables, I made a couple different constants. Since we were already using these, I made the constants for the 7.75 millimeter trucks, which were $35, the 8 millimeter trucks, which were $40, and the 8.5 millimeter trucks, which were or inch truck. This inches, I think, which is $45. The 51 millimeter wheels are $20. The 55 millimeter wheels are 22. The 58 millimeter wheels are 24. And the 61 millimeter wheels are 28. So to see all that in action, see if I think of anything else I did. That should do it though. That's the program in it, all of it in itself. So skateboard designs. So you can go two different ways. You can go build skateboards, select your skateboard type, and then you calculate your total. There it is. It's 120. Oh, I didn't add any accessories, but it was grip tape $10. Oh, it's 15 now. Wow, $15. Oh, it was 15 for grip tape. Oh, do I have to change that? I don't know. Bearing was 30, I think. Yeah. So I have it for $15 for grip tape. That's all right. That's fine. 32 for 2 for riser pads and 3 for nuts and bolts. 35. And assembly was 10. Oh, sweet. Look at that. So you can clear it. Get I think that's the $50 board. And if we get the 8.5. Oh, that was one other thing. You have to change one of the methods that we did. I'll show you that here in a second. And there we go. See, it remembered the accessories that we used before. So 2, 3, 4. Cool. Clear. So that's the program. It works fine. So let's go back here. And we'll go back. I want to show you one other thing. So this is the accessories. And I think I think this was, you can leave it at 10 or 15, but I don't remember if it was 10. I think it was 15. What did I say? Oh, it's 10. Ooh. That's a 10. You see that? That's supposed to be 10. Okay. Cool. And this is what figures out your accessories here in your list box. So the first one, which is your grip tape, is 10. Your second one is 30. That's the bearings. That's your riser pads. That's 2. And your accessories for nuts and bolts is 3. And assembly cost is 10. So that was that. And you changed this in here because we're using skateboards now. So in your message box, if you don't select anything, then you need to say, please select a skateboard type. That's the validate kayak type. So it's validate skateboard type now. And, oh, the rental validation here. If not, so originally in the one I converted it over from only had 2 of these, and it didn't include this. You need to have this because if not, you'll get errors because it's trying to think if none of these are checked, and since you have 3 of them now instead of 2 of them, then it gives you. So if you have only 2 of them and then you still don't have this one in there, you'll have an error. So that you got to change the function here. Then you have to add this in here. And this is the clear. So let's run that one more time. We use 1 grip tape. Now we'll calculate. Oh, look at this. We change it. It's $10 now. Cool. Oh, we'll add $30 more, so that'll be 40. Ooh. Should be 42 now. Oh, 45. Oh, look at this. It's 55. Wow. So that is Skateboard Designer Program for Visual Basic, Shasta College, one of the 7 programming challenge 7-7 skateboard designer program. Anyway, thanks for watching. Hope that helped. Bye.